Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to perform an unsupervised classification in Erdas imaging 2015. Alright. Most of the time I use unsupervised classification when I do not understand more of the terrains. So I want to compare the one I create sample data for and the one I just perform, allowing the machine to. Alright, to do that, you will go to raster, then unsupervised classification. Now the input raster, which is the file you want to supervise, has been imputed. Now you put the output where you want your work safe when the classification is done. So I'll say unsupervised, leaving it at the default IMG format. Now in case you have the mind to do supervised classification, you can create a signature from it. Then you can later now use that signature to do a supervised classification. You just click on output signature set, then you give it a name. You see, I'll use the default, and then that place our SIG 2008, something like this. Now the number of classes, depending on what you are seeing, you can give it. Let's say we have layout. Let's give it 20 classes. Let's say we need 20 class, and most of the time I normally put it at 100 alterations. And then here under color scheme option, you put it under gray.
It's a 3-page site. I didn't want to make this
it
too
will
long,
not
so I didn't add
to just you. Alright. So classify zeros,
with the
and then
branding.
you okay.
This is a H1 tag, but it could be a logo. You could easily put the image in there.
So you allow it to
a simple menu with an active state and a hover state. Right
to
here
do
we have
to run its course.
area with a background image
That's it.
easily changed. Has an H1 tag and then a paragraph. Alright, I'm gonna work. We're not doing any back-end stuff.
Okay,
Just the display thing.
it's done.
Then
So
under that we have three steps.
and then we
I
import.
would suggest using something like Font Awesome and using some icons, but I didn't want to get into any kind of third-party libraries
it's
or
the
anything, so these
Unspervised.
are just straight and then a little paragraph.
So this is it. So now we need to open our attribute table for a display attribute table, so that we can begin to identify the classes to which they fall onto. Now let's see one. What we'll do is that if I click here, it will go and identify the class, which I know that this place is a built up. So as it identify, I will change the color to red. Okay. Now let me zoom again, and because I know here is also built up, to go there, change it to another red. Here is also a built up.
Very simple.
I'll change it
I
to
want to
red.
keep this really short, so feel free to add more to it if you'd like. So the About page, again, very simple. We have still the header. We're still using the newsletter part, but notice we took out the showcase. And then this is the main area. We basically have a main column and a sidebar. This just has some basic about text, then just a little blurb here on the side and the sidebar. Okay, very, very simple. Services page has the same kind of layout as the About page, as any other inner page that you add. We just have some services, which is a UL, which we'll style a little bit, and then get a quote form on the side here. All right, so you can see it's very, very simple. Now, one really nice thing about this is that this is completely responsive. So if I go and I start to make this smaller, so when it hits right about there, it turns into basically a mobile site. Okay, so this is what it would look like on a tablet. And you can see it's laid out pretty.
So I know that this is river, so our river here will go with blue.
Nicely, if we go smaller, that's around the size it would be on a smartphone. Okay, so notice that the header is changed.
So you can continue identifying the
features
features
below the logo
until you're done. I know that these white ones are
the newsletter form,
vegetation.
no more floats. We have the header, and then we have the
So it's a
form.
green.
The button is now
They're not
locked
all
and goes
green
full
yet.
width. These are all lined up nicely. If we
Green.
click on about, okay, see the newsletter form is nicely formatted. We have the page. Now the sidebar is no longer floated, it's directly underneath the main column. Okay, same thing with the services. We have the UL, and then we have the full
Green.
form down at the bottom.
So this is how you can basically
Pretty simple.
keep identifying
gives us a good
until you
example for
identify all.
beginners to start to
So
learn
if
how
you've
to
identified
add
all of
the HTML5 semantic
features you
tags
need,
and,
so now you
this
can
CSS3
also come to
Alright, so if you don't know
supervise
anything
and
about
then
the
signature
HTML5
editor.
semantic elements, semantic tags, basically.
Now you open the signature you created there when you were creating this. So you go under open, and then this sig. Yeah, okay. Now all of them will
They were created
appear.
to
So
let
now
the
what
browser
you
know
basically
what
need to do here
content
is to
is
okay.
where. So for instance, we have the header tag.
How many
all these
which class and which class are under water body, which class are under, like here we have 7, 8 for built up, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9,
you have
10
some common
and
things that
13.
you would stick in the
So
header, the logo,
here you can
things like
just
that.
7, 8, 9, 10 and then 13. So you select the 7, 8, 9, 10 and 13. They are the basic ones under built up. That's by our identification. So you can just round them up by just minute, then you name it build up, then you remove the rest, remove the remaining selections. Then we have what and what and what under. So I can basically close that of this thing so that we could see more. So we could see more of the classification, whether we actually cover the entire lands or we did not. So this is how basically you can just easily like
Alright, we're going to be using most
to
of
identify what you are doing.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to open up my editor. I'm using Atom, which is a really nice open source
See our
editor.
vegetation.
I would recommend it if you don't have
We have
something
not been
that you
able to
prefer
cover all
already.
yet, but let me off some of the
Alright, now I'm
vegetation
going to
that
just
we
be
will see
developing rights
from the
right on
original
my local
image.
machine. We're going to create a folder, and I'm going to call this Acme. Let's just call it Acme.
This is the original image, and we know that this
We're going to first
and we
create
have
our
bare lands and
HTML
other.
page,
So you just
which is our
try
page.
to study your image and understand
Okay, we're also going to create a folder.
what you are doing. So this is basically what you can do on supervised classification. So once you finish, also you come and arrange this one so you're done, just like I did with built up. You can change it to red now, like that's the color I like much. So once you're done, you can just easily run the classification. Yeah, you kill two birds with one stone, right? Alright, just help us by subscribing and liking our channels, our videos. Subscribe for more updates. Thank you.